Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to tell you about the Spanish real estate market of 2025. So if you're an investor and you're looking into fix and flip, long-term rental, short-term rental or another real estate investment strategy, you're here in the right place. I'm going to tell you about the upcoming regulation, news, trends and the market prices you can expect. The 2025 Spanish landscape. What do you need to know? First off, the GDP is expected to grow by 2%. So this is very good for the overall market in general. Then there's still a high remaining foreign interest, especially from Northern European countries, UK and United States, that want to buy real estate in Spain, so a high demand. Then second of all, there's still a high rental demand coming from expats, digital nomads that want to move to Spain and live here because of the good weather and the lower cost of living. And we see last year seen a very high tourist amount coming into Spain, driving up short-term rental demand and also mid-term rental demand. The new things that are coming up is new regulations, such like sustainability regulations for energy labels. The EU announced that everyone needs to hold the standard for energy certificates, and Spain is also included this. So if you buy an apartment with a low energy label, you definitely need to upgrade this over time, so be aware. Then the last but not least, the Golden Visa is announced to be cancelled. This was already supposed to be cancelled by January 2025. However, it's still open at this moment and it's expected to be fully cancelled by May 2025. And there's another tax law that's proposed this week actually, that non-EU residents have to pay 100% transfer tax over the buying from their property. However, this is just a proposed law and we still need to see if this law actually comes into place, and this is still far away. The overall property prices are expected to rise by 2 to 3%. So this is not a very high increase, but just a modest increase of the market. And especially they will grow in urban cities such as Madrid or Barcelona, or the hotspots of the coastal markets around Costa del Sol or Costa Blanca. Let's do just a Barcelona deep dive because I'm based in Barcelona. So for the Barcelona market last year, the local city announced that by end of 2028 they want to ban short-term rental apartments. So maybe going for a short-term rental is not the best strategy over here. We see very high demand for rooms. So that's our main strategy. We use room rentals. A lot of expats or students want to get rooms and there's still not enough supply to have the demand that's over here. Areas that we find is interesting for cash flow are Poblesec, Samartí, near Plaza de España is good. Zona Franca is also an upcoming neighborhood, La Sagrera, also a bit above Gracia. And for fix and flip, we stay in the areas that are in high demand for luxury renovations and for higher end buyers. So these are Eixample, Gracia, Poblenou, Les Corts, and Sarriera. Some other interesting markets that could be good for investing this year in Spain will be Valencia or Alicante. A lot of high demand from students and expats that are living over there. Short-term rental regulation is also more strict in Valencia, so I would watch out with buying short-term rentals at the moment. I would also go for mid-term rentals in Valencia and use a value-add strategy. So if you want to invest in short-term rental apartments, I think it's quite risky in the current Spanish market condition. Additionally, the Spanish government added for this year value-added tax on short-term rentals, and they really use short-term rentals as their scapegoat for the current housing crisis. So in many areas you see stricter regulation coming up even from the local government, and every area it's kind of different. So you really have to keep up to date what's possible, and if you can buy and take over an existing license, or you can still apply for new licenses, because what you don't want is that you buy, for example, in Costa Blanca, a short-term rental apartment with an existing license, and then in the end you cannot take over this license because of current new regulation. They don't allow to pass over the license to the new owner. So it's very good to see and do your due diligence in each local area where you can still do short-term rental and what's the current regulation over there. Because, for example, Costa del Sol in Estepona, Marbella is completely different than in Costa Brava, Barcelona, or compared to Costa Blanca. So check always in your local area what is the short-term rental regulation. But in overall, I would say if you want to invest in short-term rental, make sure you have a plan B. So you always have an exit plan to see, okay, can I, when you buy this apartment, can I also convert it to a midterm rental, and is there still enough demand to still make a decent return on investment? For example, I know investors that bought like a short-term rental apartment in Valencia, and that's basically a commercial property that got transformed into a short-term rental. What was allowed? However, if there's a short-term rental ban in Valencia coming up, if that will happen like Barcelona, and you convert it to commercial property into a short-term rental, and then this ban falls into place, you spend a lot of money basically on a local, it's called in Spanish, the commercial property, and the value of this property is actually less money than you spent on, because you spend a lot of money on the renovation and you value it as a short-term rental. And the thing is, with these locales, you cannot rent it out to residential to residential renters, or you cannot sell to residential buyers because it doesn't have a cédula habitat, so it's not officially livable by the local government. So always double check your local regulation and maybe stay away from short-term rentals in Spain. Energy labels. As I mentioned before, energy labels are becoming more important in the Spanish real estate landscape. Why is that? That's because the EU announced that energy labels are required by 2030, and energy label E, and then 2033 will be energy label D as the minimum. So if you're buying an apartment and the energy label is F or G, and you have to take into account that I need to upgrade this apartment or house significantly to reach that energy label that's allowed in the future. Or if you have to check if it's even possible, because sometimes it will be very challenging and it will cost a lot of money. So when you buy an apartment, check the current energy label, and if it's a low energy label, then you need to calculate how much money do I need to put in to upgrade it to a better energy label. So tips to succeed in the 2025 market: stay up to date on the current regulation and also on the proposed tax. For example, the non-EU residence transfer tax. If this is going to happen, this will influence the market a lot, especially for luxury real estate. So keep up to date if this law is going to pass, yes or no. Then also, as I mentioned before, energy labels. Maybe already plan ahead and buy a property. And when you do the renovation already, include some updates to get a better energy label, because this will benefit you in the future. Even if your energy label is already a D or C, maybe you can make it better, and this will increase your value. Because, for example, in Netherlands, we provide a lot of value to energy labels. Properties that have higher energy labels will get sold for a higher price than similar properties with same square meters with a lower energy label. So this could be a good way to build wealth in the long term, to add value. Then, adapt your strategy. If you cannot do short-term rentals in certain areas, look for mid-term rentals or fix and flip. So keep your options open. And that's it, a quick update on the Spanish real estate market for 2025. If you find this video interesting, then don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel. Also give a thumbs up, and also leave a comment what kind of real estate videos you would like to see. And if you like to see more of my daily projects, then go follow me on Instagram at Olaf Groenewegen. Here I post more stories on projects, what I do every single day. So don't forget to follow me over there. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.